Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to do a review on the EAT-04 by EACHINE. The reason I got this particular RC car is because I'm totally new to RC cars, and I just like the way this one looked. And I don't know, there was a lot of videos on it. You can get parts for it. It's real super inexpensive. I just thought, what the heck, might as well get this one. So what I did is I bought this one. This is a unit that has a brushed motor, and the other one that I also got was the Feiyu FY03H, which is a brushless motor. So this one is what I'm going to be doing the review on. I'll compare the two a little bit later, but you know, to me this is just a really good value, under $100. Of course, I've done a few things to it. I put a camera mount on it and I modified the charger for the battery because it was designed for 220 volt, like Euro plug. Most of them are that. Otherwise, you'd have to get an adapter, which is not a problem, but I wanted to hurry up and get the battery charged. So I just ran a cord into it. It was easy to modify because inside the charger itself, there's a little circuit board, and it's marked line and neutral, so you can't get your polarity wrong on that if you want to just make your own little plug like I did. Not a big deal. It came with the controller. Actually, I've got, later in the video, I'm going to show you the unboxing of it and all the parts that came with it and everything. And in the description, I'll put a list of the prices and stuff like that. But basically, this is just a really neat little car. A lot of fun to ride, drive around, and you know, I got used to it really quick. Since I've never owned a RC car, I thought, you know, I didn't want to spend a bunch of money and go wild with it. But once I bought this one and started driving it, I said, what the heck, I'm gonna go ahead and get the Feiyu model, and because that's got a brushless motor and it's a little bit faster than this one. The EACHINE is listed at 21 miles per hour. I'm going in English. I'm not going to go in you know, kilometers per hour, because I don't know. This is an English video. So anyways, it claims to go 21 miles an hour. I've seen a bunch of videos on it, and I've seen like 19 miles an hour, which is fine for, I can't remember what I paid for this thing. 60 bucks or whatever. So, you know, with the controller, extra tire that would normally mount on the back, of course, but since I got the camera rig on there, I don't need that extra tire. I guess this would be good if you flip over it. It kind of gives you some protection. But in reality, it's pretty well protected in the back anyways, and you know, you can really bash it around. The only thing I've seen on other videos that has been damaged on this is the little light guards on the lights, on these lights here. Have popped off, so you might want to glue those on, but mine have not popped off. I've taken off jumps and I've done spin outs and flips and everything, and they're not coming off. Something I also noticed when I first pulled this out of the box, I'm like, where's the switch to turn this thing on? I don't find a switch anywhere. I took the side covers off and did all kinds of stuff, and I just couldn't find a switch. But there is no switch on this cheaper model brushed motor unit. Inside the brushed motor, it's kind of weird because it's got big large holes in it. I don't know, it's just an open case, so rocks and pebbles and dirt can go in there, and I would think that dirt would get, you know, in between the armature and the field, or in between the rotor and the commutator and the brushes and stuff. But apparently it doesn't seem to bother it, because I've gotten a lot of dirt in it. It does come with a NiCad battery and stuff. I'll get into more details. I just mainly wanted to put a face with the video rather than just showing you in detail, but I'm going to get close-ups of this car and go into more detail. The claims on this car, complaints, let's see, that I've seen is that it doesn't have oil-filled shocks. Okay, so it bounces a little bit. Doesn't seem to bother me any. Seems to work good. There was one other complaint, but I can't think of what it is. All I know is all the parts for this car, and there's other manufacturers that make this exact same model, like WL Toys makes the 1242-7, and Feiyu makes the FY03H. So I also got a Feiyu FY30H coming, and it'll be a brushless motor, and it was like twice the price of this one. Still, it was like 112 bucks or something, which to me is very good price, considering it comes with a battery, it comes with an extra tire, comes with a charger, comes with a remote. Now the remote on this one, I modified it and I put a little bracket on there so I can mount my GoPro, just like I did here, so I can mount the GoPro. You could actually just mount the GoPro probably to this back stud here, but I wanted to be able to adjust it up and down, so that's why I did that. Now, to get a drawback to me on this car would be getting into the works of the car, you know, getting to the motor, getting to the receiver and different things. So to do that, you have to pull out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws, and then you can flip the body forward. Well, I pulled those 6 screws out, and I just got the 2 top screws, so I just pull the two top screws and I can flip the body open. I just leave those screws out. It seems to work just fine. Maybe dirt might get in there somehow, but dirt's going in there anyways. It's just coming right on through and in. So I don't see that being a problem, and it doesn't seem to make it less or more, you know, bouncy or floppy or loose or anything. So the 2 screws to me are adequate. So on this, since I got this, all the axles and swing arms and different things like that are part of this car are the same as you would get on the other cars, like the Feiyu or the WL Toys. They look to be the same, at least. So I went ahead and through Banggood and bought all anodized parts for this, so I could either use it on this or I could use it on the Feiyu. But this thing sure has been a blast. I'm really enjoying it, and stick with me on this video, and I'll show you in detail about this car and put it on some runs, and you'll be able to see how it runs and stuff. It's a great little hobby, especially for someone that's never had an RC car before. I'm just really enjoying the heck out of it. And I guess another good plus about this is you can get parts for this. There's all kinds of parts for this. This one also came with wheel extenders, so you can widen the stance on the wheels. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I figured out on how to make those so they're stronger than just the little O-rings that are on there. But that'll be later on in the video. It's kind of a long video, but I might as well go into good detail on this. It doesn't have lights in, it has lights, and you could easily put LEDs in these and run wire down to the, I don't even know the name of it. I'm calling it the receiver for now, but the little box that connects your motor and your servo and all that stuff. There's a name for it, but I'll get it. So what I did is, for a couple dollars, $3, I went ahead and just put a light on the back of this thing. You know, it just clips on, and it's for like a bicycle light, you know, so I can see the direction that this is coming in, and you know, I can see if it's turned forward or turned backwards. Because I noticed on this car, you can get a hell of a good range. I mean, it goes so far, I took it out so far that I couldn't even see it. So I didn't even know where it was. I should find an area where I can take it even further and see if I can get it to go even further, but I didn't want to run it off into a ditch or something. But I would say the range on this thing is easily, well, much more than a football field anyway, so I'm real happy with the range on this. The speed on this, well, you know, this one, like I say, they claim it goes 21 miles an hour. The Feiyu seems to have the highest rating of 43 miles an hour, and the WL Toys is 31 miles an hour. All really the same car, in my opinion. I mean, some have brushless, some have brushed motors. This one happens to be a brushed motor, and the Feiyu that I'm getting is a brushless motor. But you can change out the motor. You can even go to a different motor on these. I've seen videos. That's what I like about it too. There's so many videos on this. You can, by drilling a couple holes in the mounting plate for the motor, you can actually add another motor to it. So this could be like a high-speed racer if you wanted it to be. It's pretty nice, you know. And I've seen where people have used 3-cell lipos on this, so you know, I got a couple lipos for cheap, so because I figured why just go with the NiCad battery, just get some lipos too. So I just got the 2-cell. I don't want to burn the thing up, but people are running it with the 3-cell and it even goes faster, so you know, that's up to you on that. The run time seems to be about 15 minutes, just like they claim. I ran it on 3 runs with 3 different batteries, and the motor was getting pretty hot at that point, so I figured I better let it cool down. But you know, that gave me a good 45 minutes of driving, and really enjoyed it. I'm just really happy with this. I'm not a real heavy basher. I don't really have the money to be buying a bunch of cars. It's a 12th scale. If I was going to get another car, I'd probably get a 10th scale or an 8th scale and get a really nice one. But for now, this thing's just working fine, and I can't wait to get my Feiyu and see how that one does. All right, well, I'll continue the video with some more information and detailed views of this, and you can see it run out in the dirt and on the street and see what it's like. Okay, here's the E-machine. Just showing it to make a comparison. I'm not doing an unboxing or anything. Comparing it to the Feiyu. That's pretty much what it looks like. It didn't have the battery in it. I didn't think it was worth doing an unboxing on the thing. But anyways, that's what it looks like. Side view. I'm going to tear it open and go inside of it and make a comparison that way. But all the linkage and everything, drive shafts, all that looks the same as what would be on the Feiyu. You can see where it says where a switch would be connected at right here, but or it says SW right there. I'm assuming that's switch. I'll have to look at the manual more, but there is no actual switch to turn the car on and off anywhere on the car, because I've looked high and low and I don't find one. So I was kind of curious, but that's what the motor and the inside of it looks like. For anyone that's curious, get a better angle on that. There you go. That's exactly what the inside of the EAT-04 looks like. Okay, I'm going to try to give you a quick video on how to put the wheel extenders on your EAT-04, or probably work the same on the Feiyu. But anyways, your EAT-04 comes with 4 wheel extenders, 4 O-rings, 4 pins, 4 spacers, 4 bolts, and 4 washers. Okay, first off, of course, you'll have to pull your tire off. I already got this one loose, so we'll pull the tire off. Let me see if I can pull focus on the tire a little better. Okay, there we go. Get your tire off. Set it off to the side. Take the nut off your tire. Now you can see there's a little pin right here. Okay, you can leave the pin in. It comes with new pins, but I just leave the same pin in. It doesn't really matter. Take one of your spacers, slide an O-ring over the top of it, and pop it back behind that little groove there. See that little groove? Okay. Now these come, actually, you want to pull the pin out. These come machined and stuff, but sometimes they're a little bit of a tight fit. Okay, so anyways, take that. To protect the threads on your axle, go ahead and pop on one of those spacers. Okay. Then take your extender, slide it over the spacer in the axle, and then put the pin back in through that hole and rotate it till it goes in. Okay, it'll drop in. Then just run that O-ring down over the top of that, and that'll hold the pin in place. So now you've got your extenders on. It's all done. And my little trick I was going to do is I was going to go ahead and cut off a piece of shrink sleeve with some scissors, and then I was going to slide that down over the extender. I don't know why this shrink sleeve is gotten smaller, but oh, okay, I should have put it on the other side because it's got the big hex on it. Anyways, there it is. I was going to go ahead and cut it off and slide it down over the O-ring and then shrink it on there, so the O-ring's even protecting. You got a double layers, so there's no way that's going to come off. Anyways, when you're done with that, keep your bolts, you know, your nut for your original setup, and your little, I don't even know what they call that, but your original nut or spacer that goes on there to hold your wheel on, because you won't need those anymore, but if you ever want to switch back, you might want to keep those. Okay, so next, notice how there's a hex in there, and there's a hex on this extender. Just set it on there till you get the hex lined up. Take a washer and a bolt and just go ahead and run that in. So that'll thread into the spacer, and that way it'll hold the wheel on. I would probably put some Loctite on there if I did it otherwise, you know what I mean? Put some Loctite on there, but I just wanted to show you quick and dirty. There you go, your spacer's on and you're done. See, there's your spacer. It's on there. And like I said, the shrink sleeve over the top of that would be nice because that'll keep that O-ring protected and from coming off. Okay, that'll end this quick little video. What the heck, I'm going to do the front axle as well because it's a little more difficult. Okay, so go ahead and pull your hex nut off. Take this little spacer nut off. Make sure you save it. I'm going to use the old pins because who cares? Slide your little spacer down. Take this unit. Now this is where other people were saying they were having trouble because you got to pull the axle up in the air. See how I'm doing that? I'm pulling it up. So, because on the front it's different than the back. It'll drop down in and you won't be able to get your guy on there. So there's that. But first off, don't forget to put your O-ring on, because if you don't want to have to, sorry, slippery stuff. You don't want to have to slide the O-ring. You won't be able to get it over the top of that hex. So put it on from this direction. It's a little difficult putting on, but it's not a big deal. Just put them on there and then slide it past so it's up on the sleeve. Go ahead and set that back in place. Lift up your front axle so you can do it before and do it again. actually get the pin ready to go. And then, you know, kind of don't lose that little pin, it's small. Lift up on your axle and then, woo, lift up on the axle. Yeah. Gotta have dexterity for this. Okay, there. Okay, lift up on the little axle, rotate it around till you can find that hole. There, I just found it. Drop your O-ring down over the top of it. Bam, it's on. Done. And then go ahead and put your wheel on. Spin around till you get on there. Take a washer and a nut just like before and tighten it down. But put some Loctite on there when you do that. So that's it.